Hey there everybody, welcome back to CCLP3 and Lynx. So, we're on the final decade of the set, which is going to take quite some time, unfortunately. However, I think we're taking on the longest level first of this decade, which is yet another puzzle. So, being the first untimed level of CCLP3, my first initial thoughts of this were, okay, it's untimed in a really difficult set. That means it's going to be extremely difficult. Not really. It's more or less just completely tedious. I really don't get why this is in CCLP3, honestly. I really don't. I mean, it might have been a high rated level, I don't know. But in all honesty, like, I feel like this is only in CCLP3 just because what's it called? Just so Eric Schmidt, who designed this level, could get something in CCLP3. Because he's one of two designers that has set levels in currently all three official CCLPs. The other being Mike Lask. Which is kind of weird because they both had quite a... Well, I think Mike only had 2 levels in CCLP2. But Eric had quite a bundle in CCLP2. And only has 1 in both this set and CCLP1. And who knows for CCLP4. So this is just going to be a lot of guiding blocks around. I was thinking about just playing this off, without recording it, and then just playing back my solution. But really, that's the same thing, basically. I could have sped it up, but it's like, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so, oh wait. So the thing is, in this version of the level, or the MS version, is actually busted. There's actually a pretty interesting bust to this. However, in Lynx, the bust is not possible because it involves slide delay, and, well, slide delay is not doable in this rule set. And even so, I have a hard time... I've tried to get the bolt on this level a few times already, and I've had a hard time timing the half weights, which is kind of weird because I felt like I can get those pretty easily, because Cineworld and CCLP1 requires quite a few half weights to get the bolt on, and I ended up getting it fairly quick. I think it only took me 20 minutes to get the Cineworld bolt, if I remember right. I don't remember. It might be longer than that. But I think some people were impressed with the fact I got it, considering it does require some half weights. So, yeah, I don't know. So, I think that ball could have just been a wall, honestly. Just a wall in the middle column. But, oh well. So we actually have to go down here to get this guy. And we can only get one of these blocks out. This one being the only one we can get. So, thankfully the solution to this is not... Oh wait, we can't even get the... We can't even use that block. I don't even know why I grabbed it. Well, it had to be obtained one way or the other. So okay, I don't remember what block. Okay, it's on the left one. Yeah, I feel like this is only in CCLP3 because Eric wouldn't have had any other levels in the set otherwise. But I don't know if this was a mercy inclusion. This might have done well in voting. I really don't see how, though. I know it was a different time back then, but even so, I mean, no one, even back then, no one's really liked long block pushing levels like this. So I would be amazed if this was actually voted highly. Speaking of votes, I guess since we're playing this, I can talk about some CCLP4 stuff. So, as of now, or as of this recording, it is April 15th. And, which means voting is, will end in 15 days from now. Which is really exciting. Because the closer that end date comes, the sooner we can start, you know, compiling all the voting result data and talking. Well, we were, you know, and actually kind of deducting what to include in the set. I mean, we've already been talking about it in the staff chat, which is, again, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I think, if I remember right, we already have our, well, JB in the CCLP1 question podcast, I watched that a couple nights ago out of boredom because I couldn't sleep, and I was just looking on YouTube, and it popped up in my, it was some section of YouTube that popped up in. It was like watch it again, or you know, something like that. So I watched it. I don't remember if I watched it fully the first time, but I watched it completely from start to finish in bed. So, and he called it the locked levels, basically levels that are pretty much guaranteed to make it into the set. So we kind of already had our picks. Well, not picks, but basically our locked levels for now. This was back, I think it was a couple of days ago actually that this list was compiled. So it might not be 100% accurate now, but even so, still a lot of fun to play, or not play, talk about. This is not a lot of fun to play. This is actually pretty boring. So yeah, we already kind of have our locked levels for CCLP4. Mainly the easy ones. The last discussion we had in this staff chat, if I can say that word, we were talking about specific level placements, like level 61, how it's the, you know, Thrashathon ice level. I think 147 was another one. I mentioned 81 and 131, but it hasn't been talked about just yet. Because, I mean, the voting results are changing pretty much every day at this point. Because the closer the end date gets to, the more votes we're getting, which is really, you know, awesome. I really wish this happened, you know, all throughout voting instead of coming close to the end of it. But it happens. As of now, we are, I think, 50 votes away from 19,000. Like an even 19,000. So I'm confident that we will hit 20,000 votes. I really am confident that we will. At this point, I will be really disappointed if we don't. I mean, it's not like a mandatory goal. It's not like we're going to keep voting open until we hit that number. It's going to end on the literal last minute of April 30th, regardless of how many votes we have, regardless of how many total votes a voting pack has. There's only 3 voting packs that have 9 votes, total votes still. I'm really hoping those will go up to 10, because I really want there to be at least a pretty even amount of votes throughout all the packs. I mean, not all the packs, but you know, at least the last half. I want there to be an even, close to an even amount. Like, it's kind of weird. The first half of the voting packs, they all have, like, I think 13 or more total votes, and then the second half has, like, I think one has 12, a couple have 11, and then the rest have 10 or 9. So it's kind of even, but it's really spread out for the most part. So yeah, that's what's been going on. We've also been talking about like levels really similar to each other, and like which one we want to include in the set. One of the big ones we were talking about, we were talking about, and this has been kind of talked about all throughout CCLP4 voting as a whole, was the comparison between Double Time Warehouse and Bamthok. Both play pretty, they have the same general idea as far as concept goes, but they both take the said concept in different ways. So we've been kind of discussing whether or not we want to include both of them in the set, or just one. I'm not sure if that says one's doing better than the other or anything. I'm not gonna, specify, exact votes or anything. One of them is doing pretty well. I don't remember how the other one is doing, though. I think they're pretty close to each other, though. Other comparisons, can't think of them. We've also kind of talked about walker levels and blob levels, and I mentioned invisible wall levels, but I don't think we need a level in CCLP4 completely dedicated to being invisible walls. Just like a good chunk of the level being invisible walls, just to have some kind of variety throughout the set. That's basically what we've been talking about lately, and almost every time we talk about this stuff, the voting results change, and so we kind of like, oh well. Okay. So now here comes the part which I kind of don't like. You have to get this, a block slide formed right here, which is cool. But here's the catch with this. You have one shot to get it right. And thankfully, this isn't terribly hard to time, but at the same time, you mess up, you have to do the thing all over again, and that's just completely rude. And there we go. That took 15 minutes to solve yet another puzzle. So thank you, CCLP3, for including this in your set. If it was one of the top rated levels in that voting pool, I'm really curious to know what rating it got. Okay, so I know I said that would probably take a video on its own, which thankfully it's not going to, because I can play maybe another one or another 2. So let's try to get another set of 3 going. And starting off with bug arranging. This level I really think could have been earlier in the set. I think 141 is a really odd placement, to be completely honest. Because there's been, other levels that kind of required ferrying a bug around. And now this level just kind of dedicates to it. I kind of get why. And it's mainly focusing on the concept, which is, kind of cool. And I don't know why I did that. Well, let's get this bug going. I'm not a truly big fan of this level. It's kind of, the design of it's kind of, strange. Okay, now I need to get the block. Thankfully, I can just stand right here and wait. Alright. And the weird thing about this level is arguably the first room is the hardest, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. It's probably more good, honestly, than it is bad. I wish it was kind of more clear that you had to get a block on that button, but I think it might be obvious once you get to this room. So, we have one bug, or one paramecium, and then one bug. Okay, now to get the bug. I don't want you going, I don't want you going, I don't want you going. Thank you, bug. That's irritating. All because that one bug somehow, again, somehow backtracked on me. And okay, I don't like the design of this level, honestly. I think a level like this should have been more open instead of, built on room by room. Okay, now I gotta get the other bug off the outer wall. Oh, are you kidding me? Come on. Okay, that's not exactly what I wanted you guys to do. Oh, Jesus. I was at the end of the level. I was at the end of the level, basically, and of course, now I can't even get past the first room. Love it when that happens. I truly do love it when that happens. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Jesus, are you serious? Talk about this is really stupid. Like, really, man? Why would you make this concept enclosed like this? I mean, seriously, why would you make this kind of level idea? Why would you give it this kind of design? I mean, seriously. I really hate to question people's level design choices. I really do. You know, everyone has their own little taste, and I get that. That makes, you know, this game, you know, interesting and more, you know, unique, because everyone can design levels their own way. But I mean, seriously. This level's design is just, it's killing it. It's really killing the concept. At least that first room is. This room is really, you know, not a big deal. And I wouldn't say it is for this room either. It's the first room is what is the bad one, I think. How did that even happen? How did that? Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know how that happened. See, it just did it there again. It's like it just like decided to go backwards and say, "Oh, screw you! I'm gonna go in a loop." Oh, you can't be serious. Really? That's probably the hardest button press I've ever done. That is how pissed off I am at that. Like, seriously. That is twice I've gotten to that section and died. Unfairly, too. That was not a fair death. I was even being careful there, too. That's the funny part. And of course, that's so stupid. Okay, now that we're back at this, can we please just freaking solve this? Okay, I don't know why you guys keep doing this. Okay, there. I want to make sure those are all being hit. Okay. Finally done with that. This level took almost just as long as yet another puzzle. I don't know why, but it did. Yeah, I don't like questioning people's level designs, but this kind of, you know, room layout, it doesn't work with a concept like this. It really doesn't. I like the idea of a level dedicating to bug parrying. I don't think this level does it justice, but it does. It is what it is. It's in an official set. It's, you know, nothing no one can do about it. Not to mention that the chip collecting room is just kind of random. Like, that's, yeah, I'm probably being a little too much of a dick at this point. So that's by Mike Lask. I believe that's his last level in this set. I believe it is. He had quite a few in CCLP3. He only had one in CCLP1 as well. So, alright, Mudpie. Level that everyone really likes. Don't be so quick to pick up everything you see. AKA the CCLP3 experience. Okay. So, I think, yeah, you can completely avoid that bomb. And oh wait. Oopsie. I messed up. I believe I messed up. Yeah, I wanted to go down this part because I can't get the blue key any other way. So it means that block is kind of useless. Okay, so do I want... I want the yellow. I think that's all I want. I don't remember how this level is solved. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played it. I know not to get the red key because there's this little gimmick with this section. Okay, so no blue key either. So let's clear this part out. This room is cool. This whole level is really cool too. It's not one of my favorites. In terms of decade, this probably is my favorite level of the decade. Like most people's. I mean, some people like Same Game, some people like Avalanche, Diabolical. Okay, now I want the red key. I don't want the blue key though. Yeah. Oh, it didn't? Okay. I apparently stopped it right there. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. It happened. Pretty interesting button or monster movement. Yeah, this is probably my favorite level of the decade too. It's, you know, it does what it does really well, and for that, it's a pretty fun level too. I mean, there are some little, you know, nitpicks here and there, but I mean, I think every level has those. I want to clear all this dirt, well, some of it, because I don't know, I don't remember the block route for this. Yeah, it's between this and Diabolical for my favorite level in this set. Or not the set, but in this decade in particular. Okay, so let's wait. And I guess that's safe. Alright. So there, and there. Alright. So I wonder, do I want to hit that red button? Okay, so got the yellow key, which means I can open that one up and just wait for a pretty long trap release. Because I want to get that. So the thing with this room is that there's quite a few red herrings here. Well, by quite a few, I mean one. So there was a comment on an earlier video in this LP. I think it was at Tiny Spirals, I believe, where I made a comment about how the guiding the teeth to block off a cloning part took place, and how there hasn't really been an official level that has done that, like focused on that, or any other level in any other set that has that concept. This is one of those levels, and I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but this is one of those levels, because you have to guide this teeth up here and hit that tank button. Okay, that works too. Oh wait, no it doesn't. There we go, that works. Because if I moved any more, that ball would have just bounced back. Okay, So this part of the level is kind of cool. Hasn't really been any kind of concept like this done before. So, but it kind of becomes a little stable once all the dirt is cleared. Yo, what the heck happened there? Okay, at least that wasn't a cook. That was kind of awkward how that happened though. Okay. So I think I'm all done up there. Now I can get this stuff up here. Do I want the skates now? I'm fairly certain I do, but I don't know if I do or not yet. Yeah, I do, because I have to go back. Yeah, I have to go back through that way. So let's grab that. Get this chip. Okay, so now we have this little block guiding section, which is pretty neatly constructed, I have to say. A little bit of thinking involved, but nothing a veteran can't handle. Okay, so 2 chips left. Got my suction boots again. It's kind of weird. Oh yeah, I do need the suction boots. So where are the missing 2 chips? I'm missing 2 chips. I don't know where. Okay, that was a little strange. I'm missing 2 chips. Oh, I forgot to get them up there. I was gonna say, usually I'm out of chips to collect from that point. Okay, now I can get the fire boots. And go through this way. And that is Mudpie by JB, which is a pretty fun level. It took me a little bit longer to solve, but I'm glad that missing those 2 chips didn't really mess up anything. I'm usually pretty good at not missing chips, so I'm kind of surprised I did. But oh well. So next time, this is almost a 40-minute video, I'm going to end it right here. Because I honestly do not remember how to solve same game. I really don't. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. I could do the cheaty way and just watch my TWS and kind of memorize the solution, but part of me feels like that's copping out, but at the same time, it's not like I've played this set before. Or it's not like I haven't played this set before, I should say, because, I mean, I've kind of have a couple times, so, I don't know what I'll do, so I'll probably just, screw it, I'll watch my TWS and kind of memorize it, and go from there. So until then, guys, we'll see you later for more CCLP3 and Lynx. Not much more, but some more.